Hi everyone. If possible, we're going to find the values of the variables in these four problems. So for the first one, we've got these two triangles. I'm going to rewrite this one and make it look like the other one and fill it in. So here's your right angle, and your y would be this one. Your x is here, and this is your angle here. So your angle would go here. So I just made it look the same. And now to solve for x and y, this side is 3.5. So set up your proportions, and we're going to go from this one to that one. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure you go in the order. So we're going to do 7 is to 3.5. And to solve for x, we're going to say as 10 is to x. Now I can rewrite this as 3.5 is to 7 as x is to 10. Multiply up here, and you're going to get 10 times 3.5 divided by 7 equals x. So x would equal 5. You can either multiply it out, or you could say this goes into that 2 and divide. So x is 5. And we do the same thing for y. We're going to set up, let's go ahead and flip this around. 3.5 is to 7 as y is to square root of 149. Now we already know this equals 1/2. So I'm just going to write it as 1/2 equals y divided by square root of 149. Cross up here, and you're going to get y equals square root of 149 divided by 2. Now for 11, we can set up our proportions. These are parallel lines. So I'm just going to set it up with this straight line here. So we're going to set up as 3 is to 2 as 5 is to x. So I use these two for the triangle, and then I use the same, go in the same order. All right, let's cross that out. All right, so and you cross out, cross up, you're going to get 3x equals 10. So x equals 10 divided by 3. And that's going to give you 3 1/3. And for y, you can do the same thing. I'm going to put y is to 7 as 2 is to 3. So I'm using the smaller triangle first. So you get y equals 14 as you cross multiply divided by 3, and that gives you 4 2/3. Okay, for the next one, let's see what we have. If you look at this triangle right here, we can say that we can't be sure if the triangles are similar because you have 2 unknown sides and only one angle. In this case, we knew they were because we have an angle here, and these are parallel lines, so the corresponding angles are also congruent. But in this case, we aren't sure because we don't have the parallel lines and we only have one angle. So this one's not possible. This 13 is going to be possible because we have 2 angles. So by the angle postulate, similarity postulate, we know that the two triangles are similar, so we can set up our proportion. And to solve for x, I'm just going to go x is to the square root of 306 as, now go back to your first triangle, 20 is to 15. And if you want, you could reduce that before we cross multiply, and this is going to be 4/5. So when you cross up, you get x equals 4 square root of 306 divided by 5. And, oh, it's supposed to be 4/3. Sorry. This is 4/3. I know you catch that. So that's 4/3. I could hear you. All right. Now for y, we do the same thing. Didn't save enough room. Let's squeeze it over here. Y is to 9 as, and I'm going to do this one again. 4 is to 3, because that's going to be your 20 over 15. So when you cross multiply, you get y equals 36 divided by 3. So y equals 12. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.